Most people think women's sexuality is simple. It isn't. In fact, it's one of the most misunderstood psychological systems in human behavior. Women's sexuality does not respond to effort the way men expect. It responds to perception. A woman doesn't feel desire because of what you do. She feels desire because of what your presence signals. This is where most men fail without realizing it. They believe attraction grows through reassurance, availability, and emotional transparency. But women's sexuality doesn't awaken through emotional exposure. It awakens through emotional contrast. Here is a truth that makes people uncomfortable. Women rarely lose desire because something dramatic happened. Desire shuts down quietly. It fades when predictability replaces tension, when reassurance replaces polarity, when emotional safety becomes emotional saturation. Female sexuality needs space to breathe. When everything is explained, when every emotion is shared, there is nothing left for desire to explore. This is especially true for mature women. Mature women have already experienced attention. They have already been pursued. They have already been desired. What they crave is not validation, it's depth without pressure. Mature women become sexual when they feel emotionally free, not emotionally responsible for someone else. Here is another hidden truth. A woman's body often reacts before her mind can explain it. And once her body stops responding, no amount of logic can bring desire back. This is why attraction cannot be negotiated. You cannot talk a woman into wanting you. You cannot explain your value into her nervous system. Her sexuality responds to emotional authority, not emotional effort. Another uncomfortable fact. Women feel safest with men they cannot fully control emotionally. Not because they want chaos, but because control eliminates polarity. Desire needs uncertainty, not fear, but psychological openness. When a man's emotional state depends on a woman's reactions, her desire begins to shut down. Not out of cruelty, but out of instinct. Female sexuality is selective by nature. It sharpens when something feels earned, and dulls when everything is freely given. This is why trying harder often backfires. Effort communicates investment, but excess effort communicates imbalance. And imbalance kills attraction faster than distance ever could. Another truth most advice ignores. Women don't feel sexual when they feel managed. They feel sexual when they feel invited. Invitation leaves space. Management creates resistance. This is why silence can feel more intimate than conversation. Why restraint feels stronger than pursuit. Why calm confidence outperforms emotional intensity. Women's sexuality is deeply connected to self-image. A woman feels desire when she feels chosen by herself, not when she is constantly chosen by someone else. Female sexuality doesn't respond to pressure. It responds to permission. Permission to want. Permission to feel. Permission to move towards something without obligation. Most people never learn this. They mistake closeness for intimacy, communication for attraction, and effort for value. But women's sexuality follows a different logic. It is psychological, subtle, responsive. And that is the hidden truth about women's sexuality that most people sense, but almost no one explains honestly. Subscribe to the channel for more insights without illusions.